Okay, Anthony, these are the video clips from the practice meet this past Saturday. I'm going to let this run for a minute, and I'm going to add my comments as we go through this. Starting on floor exercise.
Come on, Anthony.
That's good. Good job. Come on, buddy. Get down that line. Good. Little form issues on that backward roll, big guy. Take your time on this press. But everything's getting better. We're making progress. Press is getting close. Stay at it. We'll get it. That's better. Strong finish. Okay, so let's back this up and let's talk about each little piece of it. Okay, walked out here to your stand at attention. Lifted the arms, nice stretch. Step to your lunge. Okay, now on this lunge, you need to show that momentarily. Okay, I can't tell whether your back leg is bent, your shorts are hanging down, hiding that knee. But sometimes you bend that knee, and your foot should actually be on the floor with your toes turned out to the right side, your right side. Okay. The arms are up, the head is up, the chest is up. That all looks pretty good. I'd like to be able to see your ears though. Okay, put your shoulders down and let us see your ears as you do your lunge, and then you're step into your handstand. Now this is where most of the boys make a mistake. This looks pretty good at this point. You got pretty much a straight line from your hands to through your shoulders and hips to your rear foot. Your foot's starting to come up. This looks pretty good. You're still bent a little bit in the shoulders though. This looks good. Your right knee is bent a little bit. Pretty good handstand. Put those feet together. Come on, feet together. And they never got there. Okay, so that's going to be probably a 3/10 deduction for the feet being apart like that. But we are in the handstand. Okay, so that's an improvement. And the forward roll looks pretty good. You're bending your elbows a little bit here. We want your arms to stay straight, but that's not too bad. Here you're pulling your knees into your chest. You're just kind of caving in like a dish rag. You want to stay more like a broomstick as you roll. Keep your body as long as you can. Yes, you do want to curl, so you will roll like a rocking chair, okay? But you don't want to just tuck into a ball. Then you end up falling like a sack of potatoes, okay? Which is what's happening here. And it's very difficult to stand up then. It's hard to do a sit-up with your legs tucked up, right? And then we have a power hurdle. We don't want to stand up. We want to be able to roll right into a power hurdle. But this is a power hurdle. Okay, I need those arms to come up, and we need to be going forward. Okay, you're barely going anywhere. Let's see how far you went. From that line to maybe a foot and a half forward. Okay, that power hurdle should move a good 3 feet or so. Okay. And then you want to step and have a half body length step into your cartwheels and another half body length with your hand placements. Okay, this looks pretty good though. Pretty good extension here. Okay, knees are bent and your feet are flat here on your cartwheels, but that's improved. I mean, it used to be really bent. Okay, and we need to be continuous here. You've gotten rid of the tap dancing, going a little crooked here. Okay, so we're off the line, our target line, and you're also turning into a dish rag again here as you're stepping down. Okay, so how your chest and your arms are down. When that left foot touches the floor, your hand should be above your head, and your head and chest should be up. You should be in a standing position when that foot comes down. Okay, with arms overhead, right there. If you'd been there or there, when your foot touched the ground, that would have been the perfect position. Okay. Look at Jonathan's movie and his floor exercise, and there's a little illustration that shows you what we're looking for. Here's your backward row. You're sitting down here instead of back. You need to stay in tall and lean backwards first, and then you want to sit backward. But this is not too bad. It's a good start. Your shoulders should be behind your hips when your hips touch. And your arms should be up above your heads here, Anthony. You're dropping your elbows down close to your hips here. And that's not going to give you much leverage to rock back, okay? If you'd had your hands up over your head and reaching backwards as you roll backward, you'd be rolling backward much faster, okay? As a result, you're going to have a hard time rolling this thing over to a handstand, okay? And indeed, we're missing the handstand, and you're breaking form here. That's probably going to be a 5/10 deduction there. Feet are flat, knees are bent, legs are separated, so they're going to hit you about 5/10 on that backward roll. So we've got to clean that up. This looks pretty good. Bounce to your straddle stand. Okay, if you can get those feet to come up closer to your hands instead of way back there behind you, see right back here. If you can get those feet to be either side of your hands or close to your hands when you bounce up, it'll be easier to stand up. Okay, straddle stand, good. Hands a little higher. Okay, they're a little below your shoulders. We want them about even with the top of your head or your ears, somewhere up there. This looks good. You're going to lower your head and bend your elbows at a right angle. That looks perfect, okay? You can see your hands there. Your fingers are spread. Your fingers are pointing towards your head. That all looks good. Now we need to use our back muscles and our hip flexors to bend and get our hips above our head. This is that inchworm we've been working on. Got to keep on doing those inchworms, okay? And we need our legs, our knees straight here and our toes pointed as we go up. And then you want to go up to the sides with your feet. Don't reach out behind you with your feet. Go to the sides. Notice how your elbows are almost straight now. Those elbows should still be bent. You've got a lot of weight way out in front of, on the back of your head actually, and that's going to result in you missing this press. Okay, don't move your hands. Just don't let your back go quite so far over your head. Okay, make your hips go up instead. Okay, so we didn't quite get to the headstand. We're already beginning to roll out now. Okay, that's closer looking, but we are definitely rolling already. Okay, so they're going to hit you probably 3/10 on that. They may not give you credit for the press headstand or give you partial credit for the press headstand. Probably 5/10, 7/10, something like that you've lost on this press headstand. So that's a big thing we got to work on, Anthony. You can really increase your score on this one part, that press headstand, okay? And we're rolling out. Got the same problem on the roll. You're just kind of a sack of potatoes there as you're rolling out, okay? We want to roll so that we come up very, very easily, and you want to stand tall here, okay? You're dropping your arms. We're going to stand up with our hands overhead, and then we're allowed to do a tuck jump, or we're required to do a tuck jump. The arms should come all the way up. You're only getting them about as high as your shoulders and your arms are bent. Okay, we want to swing those arms all the way up, and then touch and land, and that's a good landing. Hands come back up before you start your run. You didn't do that, but you are leaning forward. That's good. So let's watch this run. Should be powerful, just like your vaulting run. Okay, now here you slow down. I guess you thought, okay, I'm going to run out of room and have to really sneak it in here. And you're right, you took too many steps. 3 steps, 5 steps, tops, okay, is all you want to take. Let's see how many you took here. Okay, looks like 1, 2, 3. Okay, right there is where we'd like to do our skip step. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a skip step. Okay, so that's too many steps, all right? Your arms should come up on your skip step, and again, your hips should be facing forward. Don't turn sideways. See how your chest is facing the right side already? Okay, and your hips are turned. We want to be facing forward during that skip step and the step afterwards. Okay, instead, you turn sideways already, and it makes it hard to do a round off. Okay. And so here's a cartwheel to 2 feet. That's getting better. We got to keep working on that round off rebound. Okay, there's no rebound there, but there's a jump. So we're faking it. Okay, We got to get a round off rebound. That's going to be important. We're working on that, and it's coming along. So that's floor exercise. Let's go to our next event, which is mushroom.
On and Jonathan Spock on deck.
Okay, now you step there, and I think I told you to go back and, nope, yeah, we didn't record it though. I did tell you to go back and do the dismount. The minimum routine is one circle and then a half circle with a quarter turn. Okay, so you've got to do those parts if you want to get, you know, a chance at 9.5 points. Okay, which is the minimum score that you can get. I'm sorry, the maximum score you can get with the minimal skills. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. We're going to go through this slow motion. Here you are jumping into your circle. All right, we should be jumping off of 2 feet, not swinging the inside foot around like you're doing here. You've got your right foot that's coming in front of your left. Okay, what we want to do is swing the left foot first towards the horse, and then you put your feet together. Okay, you've picked up your left hand already. Let's look at that, see when it comes up. See how your hand is coming up early? We don't want that hand to come up until it must come up. Okay, and this is about where it must come up, where your legs are going to contact it. Okay, one reason we're having a problem with that is that right leg is not the one you want to lead with. You want to lead with your left leg, Anthony, not your right leg. Okay. Your hand should reach behind you. As soon as you pick it up, you're trying to reach back to put it underneath you, and you want to put your feet together here. Okay, so here we should have our feet together, and your hand should be getting back onto the horse right here at this point. Okay, with the feet apart and the knees bent like that you're going to lose probably 5/10 on this circle. Okay, still feet apart, and then we've got a fall off the mushroom. That's going to cost you 1.0 and whatever form breaks you have, and they'll probably hit you 3/10 here because your legs are apart. Okay, and then you need to add the dismount. Okay, so we've got to keep working on those circles. We've got to work on keeping that left hand down on the horse and swinging the left leg to start your circle, not your right leg. Okay, let's go on to rings. Okay, good mount. This pull-up is improved. Okay, good P-bar hands. Your head could be up a little bit more, but you held it long enough. Tuck L looks good. We need to work on those straight leg L's, get those hips a little stronger. All right, now on this, let me back that up for a moment. After this, you want to extend your legs out in front of you, straight legs, like an L sit, and then swing down. Okay, Anthony, don't just let, I think you just let your legs down, if I remember right, almost straight down in a tuck position. Let's see. See how you're just coming straight down here? If you hold those legs out in front of you, you're going to have a much bigger potential energy for swinging with. All right, so we want to straighten those legs out and then swing down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let this run now. Second swing, third swing, inverted hang. Okay, so you got the routine, you know the skills. Your feet are apart a little bit there. Okay, extending to your back lever, another foot fault again. Okay, and then you didn't hold that German hang. We had to hold that German hang for 2 seconds. Okay, 1001, 1002, 1003 as we say, because we want you to hold a little bit longer than is required. Okay, so I'm going to back this back up. We're going to look at the whole thing slow-mo from this point because we've already seen the tuck out here. So here we are. From here we want to straighten our legs out in front and then swing backward. And let's see how far we get on our backswing. There are 3 backswings that you take before the inverted hang. So that's your first backswing right there, okay? And they're going to hit you 3/10 for those bent legs, okay? maybe even more than that. Okay, your feet are a little flat also. So that's your first backswing, and it's not very far backward. Okay, what the judges are looking for is the angle from your shoulder through to your heels. Okay, if your legs were straight. Okay, so you're almost completely vertical here. Okay, and they want you to get at least 45 degrees. That would be from here to here with your feet, with your legs straight on that first swing. Okay, so let's look at your forward swing. Here's your forward swing. That's as high as it gets. Okay, and that's about 45 degrees, but your knees are bent. Okay, we've got to get those legs straight. Okay, here's your back swing. That's where it ends. Your knees are bent again. They're going to hit you 3/10, maybe even more than that, because your feet are apart also. Okay, but at least that one's much higher than the last swing, right? So we got to get form. This is a pretty good swing. Your hips are almost as high as your shoulders. Your feet are higher than your shoulders. So that's a pretty good forward swing. Let's look at the last backswing. Okay, the last backswing is not too bad either. You got bent knees again and your feet are apart, but your swing's pretty high. We want your palms turned to the outside here, Anthony. You've got high bar hands here. You've got an overgrip position instead of palms out like a Superman. And now we're going to swing to an inverted hang. Ooh, look at those legs bending, okay? We want straight legs all the way up to the inverted hang, okay? They're going to hit you probably 5/10 on this. Okay, so all these swings are places where you're giving away a lot of points. Feet are flat here, feet are separated. Your inverted hang, you want your head looking back at the floor, and you want your body completely straight, toes pointed. Okay, that's getting closer. Here's your pike inverted hang. You should have your face against your knees at this point, and your knees should be straight and toes pointed. Okay, there go the toes pointing, but we never did get a really tight pike hang. Okay, here goes your extension for your back lever, and hey, that looks pretty good. Okay, you're getting strong. Okay, but we're not strong enough to hold it yet, so it went on down to your German hang, and you broke form there. Watch your legs. Okay, you got to keep those feet together. And now we need a German hang. We want you to extend as much. Oh, you're already dropping, see? You haven't even shown the German hang. You're getting into the position, but we want to straighten your body out from shoulders to feet, a straight line through your hips, okay? And hold that for 1001, 1002. Instead, you just dropped off, so they treat that as eliminating that skill. You didn't show that skill, so they take off 1.0. So you're giving away a lot of points right now. Your form and on this the German hang, Anthony. We need to do better at that. Let's see how your landing looks. Okay, no stick on the landing. A couple of tenths taken off on the landing. Okay, but hey, we know the routine now, and you've got all the skills. You just need to clean them up a little bit. All right, so let's go on. Let's look at your vault. Okay, let's back that up. Take a look at it again. You're being evaluated on your run. So let's look at that run. We're going to look at it slow-mo. Now see, first of all, that your right arm is swinging across your body. You see where that right arm is? Okay, and your knee is turned to the outside also. We want that knee and your toe pointing forward, not turned out to the side. Let's look at your next step. That looks a little better. Okay, your left arm looks like it's swinging straight forward. Let's watch that knee. Your right arm's coming across your body again. Okay, so we got to work on those arm swings a little bit. Your arms should be moving forward and backward, and that will help your legs swing forward and backward, and so you'll have a more powerful run. Okay, you've got a good lean here, so you're pushing with that back foot, your right foot, and your body's leaning forward. That looks really good. Okay. Looks to me like you're accelerating. We need a little more speed though. Better arm swings now. Okay, and there's your last step, I believe. Yep, okay, so that's a good position. You're about a body length away from the board, and that's where your last step should be, and you're starting your hurdle. Let's see where your hands go. Arms are back. That's a good arm drag. That's what you want when you do front summies or jumps, okay? or dive rolls. You want those arms back so you can use them as you come off the board. Really good position here. Your feet are in front of your hips and your arms are back so that you can use them as you come off the board. This is good, okay? We want to go up and forward. So this is going up, but you're starting to bend your legs. You're losing control here. You got to stay tight, okay? That is not a straight jump. That is a tuck jump with bad form, okay? And they're going to butcher you on that, okay? At least 5/10, okay? And we need to hang on to that extension, okay? Now you're stepping out of it instead of landing on 2 feet, okay? And then you're falling to your hands. That counts 1.0 in deduction as a fall, okay? If you have to put your hands down. So let's stay tight on the jump. Let's get those feet under us on the landing. And, you know, if you have to take a step, a small step or so, that's okay. But let's not put our hands down, okay? And that'll save you a lot of points right there, okay? So that's vaulting. Let's look at your parallel bar routine. Come on, Anthony.
Come on, Anthony.
What was my final score?
9-9. Okay, flat feet a little bit on the form, but pretty decent swings. It's getting better. Okay, let's back that up and let's look at all that again. Okay, here's your starting position. Okay, your shoulders are in front of your feet, and that's good, and you're reaching out in front. That is a good position to start in. Now, as you jump, your hips and your feet should swing forward through your hands. Let's see what happens. Okay, you jumped up and your body's behind you. Let's see what happens here. See how you're piking forward? Your feet are coming forward, but your hips are not coming forward. As soon as you jump off the floor, you want those hips coming forward, almost like you're trying to do a back hip circle. Okay, so let's see where they go. We're trying to get to that crab position. Okay, that's the end of your swing. Your feet are as high as your shoulders, but your hips are below your shoulders. Okay, we want your body to be, you know, nice and extended up so that everything, your feet and your hips are higher than your shoulders. So that's the end of your front swing. That's going to limit the amount of backswing you have. Okay, but look at that, Anthony. That's much improved. All right, your feet are above the bars, which is what they're looking for. Your feet are almost to shoulder height, which is, you know, gives you virtuosity if you do that. Your head position is neutral. That looks good. Your heart is over your hands. This looks really good. You're doing a good job here. Let's swing forward again. Again, it should go forward. Hey, that looks pretty good. Your feet are a little flat, but your feet and your hips are just about as high as your shoulders. So that's a pretty good crab position there. Okay, let's see what happens as you put your legs down. Okay, your feet are still flat. They're going to hit you for that, probably a 10th for your foot form. This looks pretty good. Okay, now your right knee is bent. Your toes are pointed though. But that right knee is going to, you know, at least a 10th. Some of the judges might take off as much as 3/10 because it's noticeably bent. Let's look at the length of time that you held this. This is regular speed. 1001. Okay, we didn't hold it long enough. All right, so that's what I wanted to check. We need a 1001, 1002 on that. So they're going to give you partial credit for that skill. You'll probably get a 5/10 deduction for being short on that hold, in addition to the form break. Okay. All right, now here's your backswing, closing your feet, and you want to swing. The kids who are really good will be able to close their feet and swing and get their feet as high as, whoops, look at those bent knees. Get their feet as high as their shoulders, okay? And you didn't quite get there. That's about as high as we've gotten. Let's see the forward swing. Looking for that crab position again, okay? That's not too bad, okay? Form, again, probably going to lose a 10th on those feet. How about the backswing? That's your second backswing. Looks like you're turning your head a little bit on that one. We don't want to do that. Forward swing. Pretty good forward swing. Get that thing higher if you can and point those feet. And your last backswing. Whoops. Okay, you're already pushing your heart behind your hands. You know, if you let your heart go behind your hands, you begin to fall immediately. So you're not going to be able to swing anywhere close to a handstand. Keep the heart over your hands and let those heels come on up, okay? That is the last possible bonus in this routine, is to swing to a handstand before you drop to your feet, okay? Of course, we didn't get the bonus there, but a good landing, good stuck landing. So you got your stick bonus. Not too bad. That's much improved over your preseason meet on parallel bars. So I'm pleased with that, Anthony. Let's go ahead and go to high bar. Okay, Anthony, it's a pretty good job. Good form on that. Good job. Okay, here's your hanging blind with breaking form a couple of times, probably 2-3 breaks there. And your pullover. And if you can do that pullover without your coach's help, you're going to get bonus. Okay? Coach Marcus is having to help you on that right now, so you're not going to get bonus. And you're losing form deductions also. You want to do that with straight legs, feet together, toes pointed, etc. All right, so let's go on and look at this. Here is your cast back hip circle. Yay! All right, you got the bonus for that, okay, because that's the second opportunity for bonus, and you did your back hip circle. I'm pleased with that, big guy. All right, and it was a pretty good back hip circle. And from here, we do the undershoot. We got a lot of wiggling going on. You can't do all that wiggling. It's got to be back hip circle, undershoot, not back hip circle, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay? You're not allowed to do that. Okay? So here's oh, that's not an undershoot. All right, so you left out the undershoot. You've got to turn upside down like half of a back hip circle. Okay? And then you extend your body. Instead, you just kind of did like a cast and dropped straight down. Now you got 3 tap swings. You pull that back. Undershoot. All right, there's 1 tap swing, 2 tap swings. Here's the hop. All right, we broke form and there was no hop. 1 swing, 2 swings, and this is your 3rd swing to your drop. And we broke form on that one too. Okay, so we're not getting credit for the hop. We're not getting credit for the undershoot, and your swings are kind of low with bad form. But we know the routine now. You know, even a week ago we didn't know the routine. So we're getting there, okay? We've got to work on the form. We've got to clean up those legs a little bit, and we need to work on that undershoot, the back hip circle into the undershoot, and get stronger with our leg lifts so that you can do the pullover by yourself and get that bonus, okay? But, you know, if you look back at your meet, the preseason meet that we had about 2 months ago, I think you've had some serious increases in performance, buddy, and I'm real pleased with you. You're doing great. Good job.